Is the Chicago Bears move to Arlington gonna be a dead deal in the end? We'll talk about that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So it seemed like the Bears deal to Arlington was done. Everybody's getting excited. They're breaking ground last week. Everybody's packing up, getting ready to head to Arlington. But hold on there, sunshine. Pump the brakes, because it would appear that the Bears deal to Arlington may not be as done as we once thought. Front Office Sports actually put out a tweet, and I believe this came from the Daily Herald, originally talking about the Chicago Bears' seemingly inevitable move from Soldier Field to Arlington has taken a massive turn. The Arlington plan is at risk after new tax assessment dispute, and team has entered separate talks with Naperville. Here's what gets me excited about this, though. One, the number one thing for me is that the Chicago Bears are operating, again, I'll say this before, like I said before, as a big business type of team. They're not just sitting here saying, oh, you pigeonholed us into this deal, we're just going to take it already, we're going to move forward with the deal. I like that this is something that the Bears are looking into first and foremost, because you got to keep your options open in case the deal doesn't go in as you thought it would. It seems like that is the case here, right? They came up with this whole new tax thing where it adds tax on that the Bears didn't think that they were going to have to pay. And the Chicago Bears are coming out and saying, oh, okay, well, I don't know if you noticed, but we're the Chicago Bears. We bring money wherever we go. We're a football team. We literally print money. So we will go out and we will find us something elsewhere, and we will be very, very okay with that. And I think that really speaks to what new president coming in, Kevin Warren, said in his opening press conference. Let's give it a listen here, because I think that it's so poignant when you hear it.
You need to plan before you start digging. And I think what made and makes US Bank Stadium so special, we spent almost a year in planning. And planning is critical, and that's what I appreciate about the McCaskies is they support the planning process. And so I think that will be really critical from that standpoint. I know we're focused on Arlington Park and that stadium development project. I look forward to leaning in to the stadium development project, but I think the biggest thing we can do is to make sure that we're methodical, we're detailed, and we take the time to plan it properly.
And I think that's the part that's the most important thing, right? Like, the Bears aren't just going out there and, okay, this is the only deal that we're going to get, right? They're playing this like a big boy organization. They're playing this like an organization that says, look, we can go out here and we can get whatever deal we want. Yes, we want to be here in Arlington. We want to work, like he said, the plan that we have in place. We really think that we have a really good agreement in place here, but you're not going to sit here and change things up with us. You're not going to flip the script on us. We're going to go in with the agreement we had. Maybe we can change some terms here and there, but you're not just going to all of a sudden hit us with a tax that we're not willing to pay, and we're just going to lay down and take it. Now, the other thing that I like is that you heard Naperville, so that's where talks have resumed, right? Again, looking back at that tweet from Front Office Sports, said that the team has entered separate talks with Naperville. Chicago still being excluded from these talks. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Do you think that Chicago should get back in on the talks with this stadium deal? I mean, when I look at this, right, like I look at a situation where the Bears know what they're worth, and they know that they're not just going to run back to a situation where they don't own their stadium, they don't own their park, they don't own anything that is around the building. They're trying to build the Jerry Worlds. They're trying to build the Wrigleyvilles. They're trying to build, right? And the thing is, with Wrigleyville, they were a little more aggressive with it, but most people were on board with what Wrigleyville was going to be. And so most people were willing to just kind of deal with what came with the outside of the homeowners that lived around it, right? But most people in Chicago were willing to deal with the taxes. They were willing to deal with the things that comes. Arlington Heights may not feel that way, but I like that the Bears are taking their stand on this. They're saying, listen, we'll start talks with other people. Naperville, a little more nicer community, right? Like a little more fluent, I should say. I don't know about nicer, but like a little more fluent, a little more money flowing in there, right? And we know that they're willing to pay this. Maybe they give us a break on a tax here, a little break on something else there, make things a little more affordable for us in the beginning. And then boom, we could talk about things down the line. I think Arlington Heights really needs to take a good look at the situation at hand here and realize that, yes, this may be the Bears positioning themselves in a way where they can literally just go, hey, look, we're going to get up out of here. But we're not going to get up out of here, but we're going to talk about other deals to scare you into this. But realistically, the belief is that just because the Bears bought that property doesn't mean they have to move on it. Right? Yeah, they still have the property. That doesn't change. They own the property. That doesn't mean that they have to just say, oh, well, we're done here. Well, we already bought the property, so now we've got to build this stadium on it. No, they'll just use the property for something else, or use the property or just resell the property, right? Like it could become an entirely different business, and the Chicago Bears could end up here in Naperville. I think that that's a real situation at hand here. And so for me, I like that the Bears are talking with Naperville. I like that the Bears are keeping their options open. To me, this is the key that you get by bringing Kevin Warren to Chicago. This is the knowledge you get by bringing Kevin Warren to Chicago. I love that he is our president of football operations. And I think that realistically, right, the Bears at the end of the day are going to move. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. They're going to be a team that is playing somewhere else. But I think that it is a little bit surprising to me that Chicago has not tried to get back in on this, tried to find some property that they can give the Bears, tried anything to keep them here, because realistically, Soldier Field is a dead mission. And so I just think that this team has to, if you're the city of Chicago, you have to make yourself known. I don't think there's a remodel that can happen at Soldier Field that the Bears are going to be a part of, because I think they want the money that's going to come from the stadium. But maybe there's another property around the lakefront or something like that that they can go in after and try and build that up, right? Realistically, you should be having a Wrigleyville situation around Soldier Field where you're turning it into Bearstown, USA, and you're not sitting here having to walk 1.5 miles, 2 miles, 3 miles just to get to the stadium, because my God, I want to park by the team that I want to watch. There's so much. Soldier Field is such a mess that I laugh at it, right? Like I literally look at Soldier Field and laugh at it. And this is coming from somebody who is, it works for the home of the Bears and all of that. It's one of the worst stadiums in sports. That's realistically what it is. It is one of the worst stadiums in sports. And to me, there's no amount of we'll fix it that changes that for me. And hopefully, right, like the Bears kind of keep this mindset. I think that they probably will end up going to Arlington. I do like I said, that Kevin Warren has the options open. And hopefully, right, at the end of the day, we're talking about a brand new stadium. Again, here's the thing, though, right? Like moving starts this process all over again. Do the Bears want to push that off yet again? That's the real question that you have to ask yourself there. But hey, let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Do you think that the Bears should get this deal done with Arlington? Do you think that they should be the Naperville Bears and move to Naperville? They'll still be the Chicago Bears no matter where they go. Don't worry about that. Or do you believe that, hey, listen, Chicago's the home for them? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bears content. Click the links on the screen or check the links in the description below. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.